Well, a special city council meeting underway as some aldermen are calling for the National Guard to help quell violence in city streets. The mayor has been vocal about her opposition to this entire idea. And joining us now, Professor of Political Science at the University of Chicago, Dr. Robert Pape, with a closer look on the topic. Thanks for being with us, Dr. Pape.
Glad to be here, Julie.
I love your position on this, right? You're the guy I turn to for the latest on global terrorism, but you have decided to take a closer look, laser vision really, on the violence in Portland. Tell us why you chose to examine that and relate it to what we could be seeing here in Chicago.
Yeah, so unfortunately, the United States has become the new hotspot for political violence in the world. So for many, many decades, political violence did not seem to be very important in the United States. It's not that it never happened, but what we've seen starting this summer is unfortunately a volatile situation that has produced political violence. Portland was a critical focal point, and so we have just produced at the University of Chicago Project on Security and Threats a new study of political violence in Portland. With a large research team, we systematically tracked all 122 protests in Portland from May 28 to August 6 across a range of violence variables to find out how the deployment of commando-style DHS agents impacted the violence there.
What did you learn about that deployment? I know you've got some hard figures to share with us that might be very eye-opening to the general public as this constant debate over whether to send in the National Guard or not continues, even in City Council at this hour.
So whether you track the use of tear gas, protesters with shields, police injuries, or arrests, the pattern is unmistakable. The deployment of DHS led to more violence, not less, often doubling the amount of violence in those indicators. And furthermore, the deployment of DHS led to the suppression of peaceful protests. Indeed, peaceful protests in Portland virtually disappeared during the final 11 days of DHS deployment.
If you looked at the flip side of that argument, sir, and that means that you pulled out the Department of Homeland Security and folks in uniform, camouflage with riot gear on, then you've got some folks who are going to say, but what about our buildings? What about the people inside their apartments? They will be fearing for their lives, and we're going to watch our city infrastructure be, taken down to the ground. What's the argument for pulling back?
The argument is not that we do nothing, so first of all. Second, it's important to see that the evidence from Portland strongly suggests that the deployment of any military-style troops can make the violence worse. That's what happened in Portland, and that's what could happen in Chicago, even if we are well-meaning and well-intended. In Portland, the violence was lower in the 25 days prior to DHS's deployment than during the 25 days of DHS deployment, where it doubled, and then immediately declined after DHS left. That's a striking pattern that we just can't overlook as we think about deploying any military-style troops to the heart of our cities.
Dr. Pape, you say the pattern is truly undeniable. Is there anything different about comparing Portland to a city like Chicago, whether that's either our crime patterns, our history with crime, the size of our city? Are there other factors we should be considering as we closely examine a pattern like this?
We have to follow the violence and the connection to politics. The looting that we experienced about 2 weeks ago in Chicago on the Miracle Mile looks like ordinary crime to anybody just watching the video, but it's important to know that a Black Lives Matter organizer in Chicago declared that that violence was justified on political grounds. She said that it was essentially reparations. She said that the looters, for political reasons, could essentially take as much as they wanted. So what we need to understand is that there's politics that's driving the violence that we're seeing. And if we use ordinary tools for ordinary crime on political violence, we could well make the problem worse. That's what happened in Portland. And so we need to be careful that we don't repeat the mistake of Portland here in Chicago.
And we will learn from them instead. Dr. Robert Pate with the Chicago Project on Security and Threats. We appreciate your input as always. And we do expect Mayor Lightfoot to be addressing the media shortly following today's special city council meeting. We hope to carry that live for you later in this next half hour.